WEFUNK. We funk.
But in streaming services that I think a lot of people are going to start backing out of and you don't have to check out, in kind of Disney Plus news, we've talked about the live-action release of Mulan and kind of with the COVID, what are they going to do with it? Are they going to give it a theater release? I think we covered it in one of our early COVID specials of movies that are now going to be maybe going to streaming. Disney has finally announced that on September 4th, Mulan is finally not going to go to theaters. Don't expect to see it in AMC. It's going to be exclusively on their streaming service. So good news for all.
I can't wait. I'm excited. Can't wait to watch. It's going to be amazing.
Great news for all you Disney Plus fans, except for the fact
Wait a
that
minute.
on the newest trailer they put out too, like you got to have a little premium on there. You got to pay $30 to watch this fucking movie. Dude.
This is outrageous. What is this, a
It's
fucking
insane.
Tyson fight? Like $30 on top of your
$30.
regular monthly membership? Like
Now, here's the thing with me too that blows my mind. On top of your monthly membership, right? You got to pay $30 extra just for Mulan.
Which
You
for a
don't
movie?
even
What kind of
own-
price is that? $30 for a movie?
You don't even own the movie, dude. Like
Okay, this is like
you
a
can stream
24
it as much
hour
as you
fucking-
want on Disney. No. You can stream as much as you want on Disney Plus, but like it's not like you can cancel your Disney Plus and be like, well, at least I bought Mulan
Okay, I
$30
see.
straight up. They're like, no, we're taking that with us, man. Like you cancel Disney Plus,
Okay.
you don't get it. And if you're a non-Disney Plus customer that just wants to buy Mulan for $30, go fuck yourself. Like you got to pay the monthly membership for it too.
Wow. See,
You
I
know
would
what
have.
I mean?
I thought when it came out that at least they were doing like for non-members. If we want to pony up $30 and watch Mulan, go for it. You know what I mean? But
I wouldn't even be
$30
mad at
on
them
top of
if
the
they were, like,
monthly membership. Like, what are you crazy?
$5. All right, we get it. Like we didn't make any money. We fucking spent the budget on this. Give us $5. You can watch
You're
it.
Disney.
$30.
You didn't fucking like.
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
need to make any money. You made all your money
For
with
sure.
Star Wars and Marvel and shit. Like it all. It's one hand washes the other with the big company like that. That's the
Well,
whole.
I almost guarantee now that's what we're gonna see happen with the Black Widow movie. Again, owned by Disney, kept getting canceled because of
Yeah.
COVID. Obviously, I guarantee you we're gonna have that option with watch Black Widow for $30. And that's the one that really pisses me off because I know I'm going to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And that one as well because it's been fucking delayed and it's probably going to 90% chances that it blows. Like that's going to be a real
Plus, I
kick in the
haven't
balls.
seen a
I
Marvel
mean, they really
movie.
slow played us with Hamilton. We talked all and all about how Hamilton was free and how great it was. Now they're really making up with it for $30 for Mulan.
Fucking goddamn Mulan, right?
I mean, I would understand, you know, like for WWE Network, for example, if you're a regular member, then you get like a real big discount. Like all of the pay-per-views are like $10 or something like that. So I could see something like that for Disney Plus. They release these new movies, you have to pay $10 even on
That's what I'm
top
saying,
of your
like,
thing. That's
$5,
fine,
$10,
whatever.
yeah.
But you know, $30 on top. That's, you know, 50% more expensive than King of Staten Island, and you got a membership fee. You know what I mean? Like, and there's nothing else on the service because I already watched Mandalorian 4 months ago. So,
It's
and
a
Hamilton.
bold move, too, because their whole thing was like, watch everything Disney has ever made with your streaming service. And then, like, this hit was like, we have $30. Like, no,
Yeah.
go fuck yourself.
Yeah, no,
Dude,
that's an
I
outrage.
saved money for the quarantine. What have you been doing, Disney?
Yeah, for real.
But so it's kind of a bullshit move on their part. I'm very curious to see how it goes down come September 4th when it comes out. Like, how much are they going to
How successful it is. How many people fucking cancel their subscription?
And again, too, I don't think anybody was really, like, dying to see Mulan. You know what I mean? It's not
I mean,
like it's
speak
like
for
The Lion
yourself,
King.
bro.
I mean, they could have got away with this shit with, like, The Lion King, Aladdin, even Beauty and the
Hamilton.
Beast. You know what I mean? Fucking Hamilton, for
Yeah.
sure. But, like,
Give us
bro.
Mulan for free and charge us for Hamilton for.
And plus, they cut out the Eddie Murphy character, too. So, like, what are we doing? There's no Mushu.
Oh well, don't know what that is, but
It's
sounds
the
kind of
dragon Eddie
racist.
Murphy.
I gotta be
Eddie
honest.
Murphy did the dragon voice in the cartoon version.
Nice. I didn't see it.
Anyway.
I missed that one. I gotta be honest.
Me too. It's the last Disney movie, I think, as growing up that I didn't see.
That was like on the cusp
You know
of.
what I mean? It was, like, too old, and I don't care.
Okay, interesting. I don't know. I think for me, after Lion King, I might have like called it a day. I don't know what came after that. Like how far down the list was Mulan?
I think probably right after.
Okay, yeah, that's probably about right then.
Mm-hmm. But I guess another kind of, good on you movie news. Good job, buddy. And especially as a ex-wrestler, but for the second year in a row now, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the highest paid actor in Hollywood.
The Rock. Do you smell what The Rock's cooking?
Fucking wild to me, man.
Yeah, man. Putting Hulk Hogan, putting Santa Claus with muscles to shame with being the highest paid actor 2 years in a row. And as well, this, I guess, is a little bit kind of misleading in some regards where it's not just movie revenue. Like, he's making a lot of money.
He's getting paid.
Yeah, like he makes a lot of money from like his I guess Under Armour endorsement. He's got like a big thing going on, so he makes tons of cash with that apparently. But even as an actor, like this year, he's was $23 million for the upcoming Netflix Red Notice, which is like a huge blockbuster.
23. So he made $87.5 million this year, right?
87 million, and last year was like another 80.
Correct. I think that was Hobbs and Shaw was a big part of that too.
And Jumanji, he was his big cash cow last year for Jumanji. As well, apparently, The Rock has the best business deal in all of Hollywood, where I guess they they really lowered they were giving guys like 20% of the back end, and they kind of stopped doing that. But The Rock still makes more of like the back end. He gets like $23 million up front, and then like 15% of what it makes after or whatever, which is way higher than what any other actor gets on like the back end for whatever reason.
Good for him.
Yeah, I think he just made like a really good business decision with Jumanji and then followed it up with this one, but he's
that's the Jack Nicholson clause. I think Jack Nicholson to this day was like the highest like income from one movie, and that was Batman with Michael Keaton, because he took like a 20% cut like on the everything that Batman made, and that included like all the toys and like anything that was a part of that movie. He fucking cleaned up after that. And The Rock too, like I said, like you were saying too, The Rock got paid $23.5 million for this goddamn new Netflix movie coming out with Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman herself.
Ryan Reynolds made another $20 million from this movie, by the way.
Yeah, so you're telling me The Rock's getting paid more money than Deadpool? That's crazy.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. It's just like you wouldn't think of him as one of the biggest actors. And you know what I mean? There are probably actors that make, $20-30 million. Tom Cruise is probably making more money per film than The Rock. But when you add it all up, as well as Ballers, he's making a lot of money for. I'm sure he's got like WWF money coming in through T-shirts. Because even in WWF, he was actually one of the first people to, the whole business around that was changing, and the guys were getting way more of their T-shirt money. Even like Hulk Hogan was getting like 5% of his T-shirt money, and then by The Rock and Stone Cold's time, they were getting like 35% or some shit like that. Sure. And I think he made some real good deals with his WWF, rights and all that shit.
I would also say in that aspect too that I think The Rock, we might have talked about this before, but The Rock is to me the only wrestler that's like actually like made it in Hollywood. Obviously with
definitely by this standpoint for sure.
I can't think of one more wrestler that's like turned professional actor and like actually like had a good go at it. Stone Cold's been things here and there. Even John Cena, I say, would be a second. Hulk Hogan has like Cena's muscles, but like
none of them have translated. You know what I mean? Into major Hollywood, and especially like SNL appearances. Like he can do comedy, he can do action, he can do.
He had a whole goddamn HBO series, man. He fucking ran Ballers for like 4 seasons.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. He is definitely top notch. I guess to round out the list, like we just said, Ryan Reynolds, I think as well was up there. He's this year actually. Ryan Reynolds is making over $50 million just off of Netflix movies, as he's in a Red Notice, like we just said, as well as Six Underground is coming up, which is a big one on Netflix, where he's getting paid $20 million. Or that's already.
Haven't watched We just haven't watched it.
Okay, yeah. But that was $20 million for him. There's another one coming out where he's making a lot. So out of $70 million this year for Ryan Reynolds, 50 of that coming out of Netflix. A couple other interesting ones, but coming in third on the list was Wahlberg, his biggest moneymaker of the year.
Oh, tell me it's Spencer.
Spencer Confidential from Netflix. Netflix just shelling out cash. But literally putting these top three guys on the list.
I meant to say that too, but I think Spencer Confidential was like one of Netflix's like biggest like the algorithm was like one of the biggest hits too, which is fucking
hilarious. Although every single person in the entire New England area was fucking forced to watch that one. But as well, the most interesting one on the list, coming in number 5, and I would give you a million guesses, and I don't think that you would guess that Vin Diesel made $55 million this year.
I would guess that, man, if you give me a sec. Only because they already paid him for the new Fast and the Furious movie.
And apparently he has a big deal on Fast and the Furious production rights. And apparently he made a huge amount of money on the... there's apparently a Netflix animated Fast and the Furious spin-off series. Remember last episode we were talking about all the fucking Fast? I was shocked that these things are even successful.
Yeah.
Apparently Vin Diesel's making like $50 million a year off fucking production rights from all this shit. But just amazing.
It's insane. Like I said,
like last year, the list was all kind of like the a lot of the Marvel guys from the MCU movies coming out because like Helmsworth and Downey. I think Downey Jr. Even has a better deal with The Rock in terms of like back end shit. And this is all from the one Forbes article that I read, by the way. But so they said Downey Jr. has a big like back end deal for the whole MCU franchise, I think, or whatever.
Downey's made, which is a crazy thing to even think about. He's made a couple $100 million off the MCU, which is wild too because he was the risk factor when the first Iron Man movie came out. They were like, dude, they didn't want to cast him because he like had the reputation. He's like the ex-junkie, and they're like, dude, we're not. If it wasn't for
also, I mean, it just you wouldn't think superhero. Like they really changed how you think of superhero movies. Absolutely. And Robert Downey Jr. really is. I know I've kind of bashed that first Iron Man, maybe perhaps 5 years ago. I didn't give it the best review, but he's really made such an impact in the superhero franchise movie history that he deserves probably, more than Hemsworth or any of the other Marvel guys. He's really made his, impact and uniqueness and all that.
Big F! WEFUNK. We funk.